Nav here, coming at you today with a pretty cool deck profile of Tien. Now, before I really start this video off, I do want to say thank you to everyone who has entered the contest. The contest is done now. I really appreciate it. It really helped the channel grow. And I really hope that you guys liked it and subscribe to more content, because there's a lot more good stuff going on. I wanted to actually do a 2-for-1. So what I mean for 2-for-1 is basically I'm going to give you 2 deck profiles of the same leader, which is the Tien from the new Battle Evolution. This leader is pretty cool. I'll just do this as fast as possible so I don't give you a 40-50 minute video explaining the deck. So basically, Tien is a World Tournament card. He has an auto that when he attacks, you draw, take a life, and that's it. And he has an active main where he's able to add a 1 green Chatsu card with a power of 5k from the deck, and you add it to your hand. So this allows you to open up some plays, do the whole World Tournament, you know, the whole World Tournament setup. But I will be 100% honest with you, that is not the version I play. I do not play the 3-drop Tien from the old, you know, the World Tournament stuff. This deck is just a lot of good green generic cards, and it's pretty fast. It's pretty cool. It pushes it in, and you'll get into it. The only new cards that you'll play is, you know, like the Battle Evolution stuff. So, like I said, I will do this really briefly, and I will do this fast, so we'll get over the deck. Oh, also, when you awaken, you untap 1 energy, and you play 3 tokens, 3 Tien clone tokens, whatever. And when he's awakened, when he attacks, you're going to draw a card, gain 5k, and also he has an auto that if you have a total of 3 Tien cards or multi-form tokens cards in play in your battle area, you get to KO one of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost of 4 or less, and then he gains crit. So every turn he's knocking something out and he's gaining critical, so he's a 20k. So we'll get over the deck real quick. I just play 1. Like I told you, I am not focused on the whole build. This is the new Tien Unwanted Reunion from the Battle Evolution. He's a blocker. He has an auto that, you know, if your leader's basically Tien, and when he gets KO'd, you're able to bring out the 3-drop. I do not play that, but, excuse me, I do not play that, but the only reason why I have it in there is just, if you go first, you have 6 cards in hand, you charge, now you're at 5, activate your leader effect, and you have 6. It's like as if you drew. And then you can just use them for energy next turn, or use them for combo power, or you can have it for blocker, depending on the type of decks you play. So we'll get that out the way. Let me just start off with the Unison. This is the staple. I literally only play 3 Metal Cooler, Terrifying Horde. This card is amazing. I know that Demigra is a great choice as well. It's really good for the turn 1 plays, because we do also play 4 Frieza Charismatic Villains. Like I said, I know that Demigra is amazing, but with this deck, you're going to awaken so quick that having Demigra on board, if they just start focusing on him, it's really going to take your life a little bit too early than you need. You don't really need to try to awaken like that hard, because your leader kind of self-awakens. And I know Demigra checks. So basically, you do the Meta Cooler. This guy is amazing. You need this guy. He's a 3-drop green Unison. He has an active main once per turn. You just free spam tokens, Metal Cooler tokens. They have 15k combo. They have 15k power and 5k combo power. Okay. His +1, you're gonna ditch a card from your hand, and you're going to draw 2 cards. He has an active main as well, which is the -4. You are going to play 3 cooler tokens in that turn. So if you think about it, if you have enough markers for it, you'll do the active main, that's 1 token, and then you'll do the active main -4, and that will bring you 3. So you have 4 attacks going on. So we got this out the way. Oops, sorry about that. And right here for the World Tournament stuff, we play 3 of the Tiens. Tianxian, the long-awaited rematch. And we play, well, these are actually 4, not 3, I'm sorry. We're going to play a 4-4, okay? of the Goku, Son Goku, the longer way to rematch. These cards are amazing. So the Goku, he's 4 energy, but you can bring him out for 1 energy as an active main. If you have a green battle card in play, you're able to play this card. Let me make sure I'm right about that. If all your energy is green, you have a green battle card in play, you'll play this card from your hand. Then you add 1. Then you can add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. He has unique barrier, so just keep him on board early game. Do not attack with him until this guy is out, okay? He has a permanent that if your opponent has 3 or more energy and you have the Tien on board, so this is what really makes the combo cool. If you have Tien on board, he's going to gain 10k triple strike. So that's a 25k triple striker. Now let me tell you, when you're pushing for game with this card, do not combo off the Tien. If you combo off the Tien, he just is now a single strike 15k. So make sure that the Tien is on board. Do not combo off him, or do not have the opponent try to, find a way to get rid of him. Now, the Tien has an effect. He has deflect and double strike. He does not have unique, so I'm letting you guys know right now, you're able to spam this guy out. Yep. And so basically for 2 energy as an active main, if Goku is on board, you are able to play this guy from your hand instead of paying 5 energy. He does have a permanent as well that he cannot be played through other skills other than himself. So you cannot try to cheat this guy out with any other cards. And he also has an auto where he board wipes. So when he comes into play, he is going to KO all of your opponent's battle card with energy cards of 5 or less. Now just know it does not target anything that has barrier. It does not ignore barrier. So this is really strong. So now you're wondering what other cards we play for the deck. So there's our double strikers over here. You're going to play 2 Dodorian Cold-Blooded. And we are going to play the new Battle Evolution Konkucha Feral Fury. So basically when she comes into play, you draw a card. She has unique, an active main where you burst 2. Basically, if your opponent has 3 or more energy and have 8 or more cards in hand, she will gain basically 16k double strike until the start of your next turn. So really good, a lot of pressure. You bring her out, you draw a card. We're swinging for 20k. If they think that's a little bit too much, you also play Dodoria the Cold-Blooded. I might actually bump this card up to 1. This is a 51 card deck, just to let you know. Dodoria, everyone knows him. Green version of Kaba, basically attack, take a life, gain 10k double strike. So we get that. For more double strikers, I play 2 Gohan, Son Gohan Hidden Might. This card is amazing, especially with your leader since he can self-awaken. So basically, if you have 3 or less life, he actually basically costs 2 green energy, and he has unique, deflect, and double strike. So they cannot respond to counter plays with this guy. This guy ignores counter plays. He does not care. When he comes into play, you have 2 options. You can either KO one of your opponent's battle card or remove a marker from a Unison. Most of the times, you will KO a card because you want to get rid of any blockers, any kind of combo power, and push for game with this card. And I also play, speaking of Konkucha, I should have just put her in here. We play 3 of the Beastly Maiden. So she costs 4 energy, but on your turn, she will only cost 2 energy. Let me make sure I say this right. As long as your leader is green, okay? So she'll be for 2 energy, 20k. She negates an attack, you play her. She has an auto that when she comes into play, whether you hardcast her or if you play her through the counter, she gets to KO one of your opponent's battle cards. It does not ignore barrier, just to let you know, but it's really good for blocking. So, really good for stopping attacks and checking the board. We are also going to play for Tapion, Fate of the Hero. I think this card is a staple in all types of green decks, no matter what. That's just my opinion. He costs either green energy or blue energy. It's always going to be green energy with this deck. He has an active main that you will ignore at the moment. That, there's 2 choices, but you're going to ignore one of the choices. The active main you will do is you'll send him to the drop area for 1 green energy, and you will get to draw a card. And then at the end phase, he comes out from the drop area. He gets played, he's 15k blocker. So if you go up against any aggro decks, you're going to just start building up a little wall, have your negates ready, have your blockers ready, Or if you're just going to start pushing for game in the next few turns, you will swarm with him. What I also play is 2 Belmont double devastation. So he's a blocker. He has an activate main that you are going to send 3 of your battle cards to the drop area and you free play him. And when he comes into play, you get to KO one of your opponent's battle cards. And also he's a blocker. So this is also just an extra push for game whenever you're trying to like wear the opponent out and they're having a hard time. Then you just bring this guy out and then you swing for game and then you'll drop, you know, chompas and whatnot, which I'll show you that in the deck. I play just 1 Rebrian Punishing Passion. This version is not built upon focusing on discarding the hand. Yes, it is good to make the hand discard, but this is just something that I would say, oh, early game, or you know what, more for late game. And if I have enough energy, okay, let me pay 2, rip 2 cards from your hand, no problem, and just keep it moving. For our super combos, you are going to play Great Saiyan Men, Villainy of Vanquisher of Villainy. You can play, if you want, the, what's the name? The Paragus super combos, you can do that too. There's really not too much of a reason why I play this. It's just green energy, 4 less life, put a card under, draw 2. Or like I said, you can do Paragus. But for the second deck that I'm going to introduce you guys to, you're going to want to play 4 of him. And let's keep going. So this one is, there's some cool tech cards that I'm testing out and I really like it. I played 2 Lord Slug Youth Regain. So basically this guy is a successor for 1 green energy. He costs 6. I mean, he's 4/6, so it's really easy to get him out. You have a lot of 1-drops in the deck, and you have your Frieza Charismatic Villains to help you. You also have Tien to help you as well. So basically, he has an auto that for a Bond 3, which is not a problem because you have tokens, when he attacks, he's a 25k double striker with unique. Actually, he doesn't have unique. No, he's a double striker, successor for green energy. When he attacks, you have 2 options. So one of your options is you discard a card from your opponent's hand, or you KO one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode. When you're pushing for game, and this is one of the cards you're going to use to push for game, you're just going to rip a card from their hand. Really great card, really easy to pull off. I do play Hidden Power East Supreme Kai. I mean, if your leader doesn't have double strike, you need to play this card. If all your cards do not have, if cards that you have in your deck don't have double strike, play this card. You use this for when you're attacking with Unison. Use this with cards that just do not have double strike for game, and you can choose when to do it. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Trying to go fast here. We play the secret that we play. I play the Grade 8, the Mass Sane, Primal Carnage. This card is amazing when your opponent is pushing for game, or they're pushing so hard with a battle card, and you can't out combo or something, you just want to get rid of it, and slap this bad boy out. Be like, oh, okay, cool. 100k combo, KO it. When you combo with this card, you're going to send it, you're going to remove it from play, you KO a battle card, ignoring barrier. And he also has an active main of 5 green energy. Where he comes out, he is a triple striker, dual attacker for 40k. Never really happens. It's more just for the removal. Now, for one of your negates, you're going to play Homicidal Clones. I only just play 1. I've been testing to get out. Pretty cool card. New card from Battle Evolution. He negates an attack, and he plays a blocker. Well, he plays a token that has 5k, I think 5k attack, 5k combo power, and he gains blocker for the turn. And if you have 5 or less life, you can actually free play this card without paying for energy just by taking a life. So if you're ever stuck, this is the card to go to. And you know what you have to play here. We play 4 dormants. Kind of self-explanatory, super expensive. Basically, when your opponent attacks, you're going to pitch a card from your hand. You're going to KO any battle cards that equal 2 or less, up to 2 or less. And then for the rest of the turn, they can only attack 1 more time. So that does not negate the attack of the card that is attacking. And if you have a Unison in play, a green Unison in play, you are... Is it green Unison? Let me make sure I say this right. If you green Unison in play. Yes, you can activate this card from your hand without paying energy costs. So that's really good. And we play just 2 cells, Earth Destroying Kamehameha. This is great. I think everyone knows, but I say it's not really mainly focused on the discarding, but when you start pushing for game, this is when you want to start dropping this card. So he gives a green leader or a battle card 15k, and if all your energy is green, you get to rip a card from your opponent's hand. And if you don't know, for the Overrealm card, this is what you want to play. Secret Identity Mass Sane. When it comes out for 6 or less, 6 or more Overrealm, you are going to warp everything from your opponent's battlefield or battle area if the energy costs up to 6 or less. So you're just going to just board wipe everything that is problematic, and then you can just push or just keep going. So I do want to say something. I do not play the Roshi in here. Now, if I go to my locals, I will. This version of these decks that I'm showing you is for like post-ban list. So like, oh, once the ban list drops, okay, you can't play Roshi anymore. Well, this is what you play. Yes, if I go to my locals with this 51 card deck, I'll add in Roshi. So what I recommend is play give it like 3 Roshis. You don't have to max it out, but I think 3 Roshis is fine. So you can loop out the dormants and then just stall out and then do your combos, okay? So that is one version of the deck, okay? This is the second version this is the second build that I've been making and testing out. And it is the green Hirudegarn from the draft box, the Giant Force. So what you're going to play is 3 sealed music box, okay? This card is amazing. This is a field card, and like I told you, there's always a reason why you play certain cards. Just get this card out, okay? This is the cheat 'em out, okay? This card cheats it out. So it's a field card. And to get this card out, if it's not in your hand, but you have Tapion in your hand, basically you're going to pay the green energy, you'll pitch it, and you'll activate a sealed music box from your deck. So you get to play one, and it goes onto the field. So what does this card do? This card actually makes the deck alive. It helps out everything. So you look at the top 7 cards. See that? 7? Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You will add a Tapion, or a Monosha, or a Hirudegarn, or a Unison with a specified cost of 1. This actually lets you grab the Hirudegarn Unison, and if you want, you're able to grab the Demigra Unison, okay? And that's how you start the whole chain up. And then for 1 green energy for the active main, you are going to play Tapion with energy, Tapion or a Monosha with energy cost of 2 or less. So for the Unison you're going to play Hirudegarn Giant Force. He cannot attack if he has 3 or less markers in it. And he has an auto, so this version is discarding. He has an auto that when the opponent is comboing, you're able to pitch 1 card from your hand, send it to the drop area, and then take one of their combo pieces out, and it goes to the drop area. Then you negate the skill for the turn. This card is amazing. This is going to allow you to pitch your Hirudegarn cards that activate in the drop area, and also any cards that's just very dead to you. He has a +2 where you pitch a card, he gains 2 markers. You're really never going to do that. What you're going to do is the active main for 1, the +1, where you KO a Phantom Demon or a hero card. So it helps you start off the chain. What else is going to help you is play 4 Hoi Hidden Ambition. So this is your pseudo combo in the deck. When you play him, you draw a card. And then when you combo with him, if you KO a hero or a Phantom Demon card, basically, let me make sure I say this right. Yeah, oh, well, it says Hirudegarn or a Monosha card. He gains an extra 5k. So this is your pseudo combo right here, and it helps chain up. So what the chain does, you're going to play 4 of the Monosha, Hero Unleashed, or I'm reading this all backward. Unsealed Hero. He's a 2-drop, but with the field card, you can bring him out for 1 energy. He has an auto that when this card is removed from the battle area by an opponent's skill or KO'd, so these cards work by getting KO'd, you're able to play a 3-drop Hirudegarn from your deck or your hand. Or you can draw a card. And to play the chain, you're going to go into 3 of the legs. So 4 of the legs. So this is the Hirudegarn, the Phantom Limbs. He has the same effect as well. It's just a 15k, just attack, pop him, and it goes out into your 4-drop, or you can discard a card. We play 3 of the Hirudegarn Fantasmic Revival. This guy, I really keep on the board most of the times over the 6-drop, and I know that sounds weird, but his effect is so good. It lingers. It scares the opponent at times. So basically, he has an auto that basically when the opponent is comboing, it's very similar to the Hirudegarn Unison. You're able to send one of their combo pieces to the drop area, and then you negate that skill for the turn. And this goes for both players' turns, so it's really amazing. And then he has one where he gets KO'd or removed from the battle area by opponent's skill. You are able to chain up into the 6-drop Hirudegarn, or you discard if you don't choose to play one. So basically, against blue, like when this card gets removed, if your opponent does God Sealing Trunks, you'd be like, oh, you know what? Not going to play anything. I'm going to rip a card from you. Got to rip a card from their hand. So the opponent loses cards. And then we play 3 of the Hirudegarn Fantasmic Evolution. First of all, this card is amazing. It is better than the 4-drop. The reason why I keep the 4-drop on board is to check the opponent. The opponent does not want this card to come out. They will do everything they can to stop this card, okay? He has critical and he has EX evolve to evolve on top of a 4-drop Hirudegarn. So if they're unable to KO or anything, or they're trying to stall you out, you don't have anything, and this card is in your hand, just EX evolve. 25k critical. He has an active battle as well that he KOs himself and then KOs 2 of your opponent's battle cards. And then his auto is going to trigger, where that if he gets KO'd or removed from the battle area by opponent's skill, you are able to go out into the 9-drop Hirudegarn, which is the boss monster, or you go out into your 4-drop Hirudegarn, and then you cannot play him for the rest of the turn. But if you didn't play anything at all, you rip 2 cards from your opponent's hand. So when you're pushing for game, you're trying to go all in, and this guy already attacked, and you see the opponent's hands is dwindling and all that shit, you're gonna pop him. Oh, you know what? Rip 2 cards from him. Okay, now to try to cheat this out, I only just played 2 of the Hirudegarn's Reoccurring Nightmare. Basically what this guy is, he's the boss. I say the 6-drop is actually the boss, but this guy is a big boss and I love him. He has Revival for blue-green. He's unique, blocker. Basically, whenever he blocks, if your leader card is a Phantom Demon or green, you rip you will rip a card from your opponent's hand every time he blocks, okay? So here's where he gets really cool. So he's a 30k. He has an active main for 1 green energy. If your leader is a Hirudegarn like a Phantom Demon or a green, you are able to KO a Hirudegarn card with energy cost of 4, 6, or 7 from the battle areas and play this guy out. So this allows you to trigger out to the other guys as well. Usually what I like to do is I would like to have like the 4-drop on board, swing, do the auto, pay a green, KO, bring this out. This guy comes out, you know, you'll attack with that. If you want, attack with Hirudegarn. You're going to do this auto, the active battle, KO. You can either rip 2 cards from their hand or just go back to the 4-drop. Got to make sure I do this right. Yeah, and you go back out into the 4-drop. For the 4-drop, you do need 3 energy for you to chain up into the 6-drop. Just to let you know, this isn't something you can do like turn 2 or turn 1. So, yep, basically that's how the whole combo works out. Or if you have this guy on board, you know, KO this. You can rip 2 cards from their hand. This comes out, or you just play into the 4-drop, attack, then you KO this. Go out and it's so, actually you can't do that. You can't play this guy twice. So basically what you want to do is just have this combo. You want to do it from the 4-drop. So yeah, this is my deck. This is my version. This is what I would play. I think this is about 27 cards in here, 26, 27 cards. So you can just take out whatever cards you need to make this deck happen. But it's really good. It's really fun. If you want to go more of the discarding route as well with the Hirudegarn package, you can play 4. Oh man, I wish I had the card on me right now. You can play 4 of this 1-drop Son Goku from the World Martial Arts Tournament. That when he gets played, if your leader card is a Green War Tournament card and your opponent has 5 or more cards in hand, you rip a card from their hand. So this is a really cool deck. I hope you guys like it. I'll probably try to get some videos in, and I hope you guys have a nice night.